G'day, guys. Googs here. Hey, I've been looking at this shit all day, and it's been bloody making me laugh. You want to know what it is? It's this fucking American gun control issue. The Second Amendment. You have a right to bear arms. Now, being an Australian, you might say I don't know anything about this and I should stay the fuck out of it. Well, fuck you. You see, people keep comparing Australia law to American Constitution. I want to start with that. You can't compare the two. You've got a Constitution, a Bill of Civil Rights, right? Okay. Everybody has those rights. In Australia, we don't have a Bill of Rights. So it was legislature, and the government just changed the legislation. There was no question about it. Just went to the Senate. The Senate went, yeah, fuck it, repeal it. And they were right to do so. Why? Because the only person I want with the gun is either at the shooting range, having a bit of fun, a farmer or somebody who's a professional hunter by trade, a ranger to protect themselves or others, and the police force, for obvious reasons. They're the only people who need them. Nobody else needs a fucking gun. But it got me thinking, I heard some really absurd fucking arguments. I had one guy, he's going, oh, but I have to protect myself in case the government goes rogue. Now, I've heard this argument quite a few different times because that's in the Constitution too. You can create a militia and then go out and protect yourself against this rogue government. Historically, that was actually put in place just after the first civil war between America and England, which is kind of redundant now because England's not coming back. You're your own country, you're a republic. Have been for a long fucking time. Yeah, and the second point here is simply this. I mean, and nobody's thought of this, I think. Now, let's just say your government decided to turn rogue against you and decided to become undemocratic and all the rest of that shit. They would have the military on their side. And, they'd have to have the military on the side. You think a few AR-15s and some shotgun and some rifles and a few handguns are going to stop the biggest military fucking machine in the world? Are you insane? It wouldn't do shit. You'd have to lay them down because you're all dead. And that ain't going to happen. So that's a crap argument. Get that right the fuck out. Another thing I've been hearing a lot of as well today is I need to defend myself against people. Well, if there are no guns, or at least a shitload or less of them, you don't need one to defend yourself. You see these? Learn how to use them, cunt. Ban machetes as well. Ban your swords. Ban your knives. Flick knives and shit like that. And you'll find very quickly that your crime rate just goes. As well as your murder rate, it'll just drop out. Why? Well, it's really hard to do a drive-by if you don't have a gun. It's really hard to shoot up 100 people, 50 people, 10 people, 2 people without a gun. It's a zero-sum game. Well, it's probably not a zero-sum game because I don't know math, but it sounds cool. A zero-sum game. Now, this is really simple. They don't have guns. You don't have guns. Learn how to use these. Everything's cool. Crime, as I said, murder rate, it just drops out. It's gone. It'll still be there, but it'll be a lot less. One of the things that I feel has been holding America back civilly is the gun situation. Now, just think about this for a second. Last year, I'm sure it was last year, there was a 12-year-old kid in America who was killed because the cop thought he had a gun. Now, if guns were illegal and there were no guns or very few guns left, the cop wouldn't have instantly assumed that was a gun, a real gun. He would have just thought the kid had a cap gun or whatever it was. And it would have just been, oh, well, walk on by. Okay? There's this thing where people are just constantly thinking guns, 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 and you're killing each other. It's almost got to the point where, very soon there'll only be one American left, and we'll have to take him or her to The Hague and get them done for mass genocide. I mean, come on. How hard is it to not use a gun? How hard is it to walk down the street without having to worry about somebody shooting your ass? Or put a cap in your ass. Never got why Americans say that. Ass. Or put a bullet in a perfectly good donkey. Yeah, fuck off. The one thing that has worked in Australia, in England, in France, in Germany, and all those other places that have banned guns is that we know who the bad guys are because they've got them. You can identify a bad guy if he's got a gun, if you've banned all guns. Now, of course, there's still going to be contraband coming through. You guys have got South America and Mexico down there. And the amount of drugs that come through, I can guarantee you there'll be guns through. But the only people that'll have them are the bad guys. Which makes the bad guys pretty fucking easily identifiable. Stop playing the fear game. Stop playing the my civil rights game. A lot of the people I talk to have this idea that if you take away rights, the next thing is all your freedoms are gone. Yeah, this is one freedom America can do without. You're killing yourselves. And you seem to want to do it. The crime rate in the Bronxes and places like that, most of that's guns. Well, you replace guns with these, and you're gonna see a decline in that crime rate because it's not as easy to commit those crimes. It's going to become less important. The chances of cleaning up neighborhoods and things like this become a lot easier when you're not afraid to go in there because you don't want a fucking bullet in your head. This is not about the government controlling you as much as it is about people actually not being afraid. So if you're worried about if somebody comes up and grabs you, these karate, Muay Thai, boxing. I mean, there's a plethora of martial arts you can learn, male, female, trans, whatever. Devilkin, probably a thing. If it's not a thing, I want it. I want to be the Devilkin. So, please, truly consider the ramifications of what you're arguing here, people who are pro-gun. This isn't about just your rights and just the fact that you're not a criminal. This is about everyone in America not having to worry about being shot. And I'm very sure that the government will leave provisions for those who like shooting at a shooting range, will leave provisions for those who, need to hunt, or their rangers or their farmers. I'm very sure that will be left in, as it was here and as it was in England and many other places. So, please, 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 stop defending the weapon that allows people to kill other people as easy as that. I'm Googs, and I'll catch you later.